I like marketing and sales funnels because if you keep them simple, it makes sense visually and financially. So let's start at the very top and dissect a sales funnel here, a marketing and sales funnel combined, starting with a high funnel position. The metric that we are first going to be aware of is the audience size. Could be the circulation of a print piece or a newspaper or direct mail or an audience you're thinking that you're going to reach if you're doing an advertising deal or any other kind of deal where the person who owns that reach is saying, yeah, I'll expose you to my audience of 1 million people, and the cost to do that's going to cost you whatever. So input your total campaign costs here. You can do media at the very least if it's an ad, or you can combine it with your media and production cost to make it an all-in cost per to get the campaign started. And in column D, we'll start building the prior stage conversion rates. And this is where you want to focus to spot where things are going wrong. The conversion rates can help you quickly identify which row, which position in the funnel is not pulling its weight. So we'll see that as we build the funnel out. And the most important part of this whole exercise, how to think about it. So for the audience, for the circulation, the audience is out there. They're unaware of you, ostensibly. They are waiting to be impressed. So it's your job to pull them into your sphere of influence because at the very top of the funnel, they are not. So next we've got impressions, reviews. So whatever you're doing with your marketing efforts to generate some kind of exposure to that audience, that's this row. It's a subset of the total audience. This is not obviously real data, just for example purposes. And here we see the conversion rate. So 10% conversion, 100,000 impressions from your 1 million size audience or circulation. This is where the branding begins. So you're making an offer, and the fact that you are getting exposure to this audience, you're putting your ad, your post, whatever the medium is, you're getting in front of that audience, making an impression. And how well you're doing that is going to impact the next row in our funnel. And you can see we have a cost per column, which is a factor of the total cost divided by whatever metric you're obtaining in this position in the funnel. So these 100,000 impressions or views based on your cost of $25,000 for your campaign equal 25 cents per impression or view. So generally, if you're doing digital, those impressions or views will generate a click. And the click has a measurement number, prior stage conversion, 10,000 divided by 100,000 gets you that rate. And we have a cost per, same thing, the cost of the campaign divided by the metric you're interested in this row. And what does this really mean? Think about the click as an indication of curiosity, but not a commitment yet. You've got a nibble on the bait that's on the hook, but you haven't reeled them in yet. All right, so next we have social media followers or subscribers on a social media channel. And the important part is a channel that you do not own. So we're working our way down the funnel here. You can see, because I've got this aligned center, we're getting a definite shape here in the shape of a funnel. Again, every row being a subset of the prior. Conversion rate, once again, cost per, once again. And the important part here, people laughed about, joked about whether followers was a vanity metric not so long ago. Think about this now as being the first opt-in, but you don't own it. Meaning, if they're following you on Facebook or on LinkedIn or on YouTube, that's great. You're getting that first indicator that, yes, I do want to hear more from what this company has to say, but I don't necessarily want to give them more information at this point. So, the first opt-in, yes, but you still have some work to do. And the benefit of that work is now you're generating mid-funnel conversion. So, an email subscription, typically to a blog, but it could be another type of subscription you're capturing. But the important part is that you are capturing it in your database. You've got an email at the very least, perhaps a name perhaps a company name, but you're gathering data that you own. And email is still a very effective medium across the board for both B2B and B2C. The more data you capture, the better you can market, the better you can segment to begin with. So this is where you start owning the data. Now, the important part to note is what you are getting from the person who's giving you this information. You are getting permission to educate in most cases, only to educate. So start capturing email, ask for minimal information if you must capture anything else, make it optional, capturing the name or the company. But getting that permission to educate, capturing that email address, that's the beginning of a true relationship that you have some control over, whereas you do not have that control over most social media platforms, even if you own whatever platform tool you are using. So database development starts in earnest, really, with the middle of the funnel. Now, just about everyone knows today that once you give somebody an email address, they're going to start marketing to you. And they're watching to see how well you do it and if you violate the trust they've given by giving you their email address to begin with. So the next step in the funnel typically involves gated content form submissions. So you're asking for much more information now, name, company, things like revenue or industry, or very specific questions that help you qualify whether this person or this company is an ideal customer or not. Now, that funnel position, again, is going to shrink quite a bit. People know that they are going to be marketed to once they give you this information, and they're expecting that value exchange to be respected. So they initiate it, which is great, but the more data you ask for, the more value you should deliver. And that data in their heads and in yours should indicate that a relationship now exists, and the deeper that relationship, the more you have to honor it. The person at this point is giving you permission to market. Everybody knows that a gated content form submission indicates that stage of the buyer journey. So now the question is, well, what are you going to do with it to pull them in to become a sale and respect the relationship in doing so? So we are now entering the traditional low funnel stages here. And this is where you are really making an impression to generate that request for contact, that quote request. You've done your job, hopefully, in tandem with the sales team. And you've, again, generated a subset of your gated form submissions and turned them into low funnel requests to take the next step. That next step is permission to sell. You've given them reason to take that step. They've given you the indicator back. Yes, time to start selling me. And this is where you're going to start making promises. Now, conversion rates, once again, cost per is going back up because you're getting a smaller subset of your funnel here. You can see that funnel shape getting very definitive, and we will stay in this as we move lower in our funnel. So congratulations to your marketing and sales team. You've got a purchase, you've got a deal that's been closed won that is now ready to be reinforced. The promises you made during the sales process, during the marketing process, it's now time to keep those promises and reinforce that person made a good decision when they trusted your company. So you've got the green above, good job, but now you got the gold opportunity. That's post-sale, that's referrals, that's testimonials, that's case studies. That one ecstatic customer that can give you a referral, work with you to celebrate what you do via testimonials and case studies, that's a true net promoter score, much more impactful in my mind than anything you can capture via a survey. That is true cost per savings from every referral. So look at the math of these costs as you work your way down. It's getting more and more expensive, typically, to generate that sale. Think of what an ecstatic, happy customer is going to give you and the value of getting referrals from them. You are saving true dollars at the very top of the funnel and all the way down. So go for the green, yes, but also go for the gold.